Don't adjust your dials, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Cinescape podcast, where we're changing the landscape of movie and TV news and reviews. The background might look a little bit different, but the host of the show should look familiar. Good evening, everybody, on a Saturday night here in Toxic Mike's home studio. I am, of course, Sean Harrigan, joined as always by Bill Rowdy, fucking Roddy. Woo! Dude, baby. Woo! We are back. Oh yes, Bill. We are back after a few months off, a hiatus, if you will.
Yeah, we took a sabbatical. In that sabbatical, we journeyed through the Alps,
the Himalayas,
Mount Olympus. We saw a shaman too.
Right.
Yes, a shaman, much like the one that Mike plays in World of Warcraft, a level 47 shaman.
Yeah, he's L337 Elite.
You just made me feel really bad because I've got a level 115 mage. All right,
so man,
oh my god!
Talk about hitting that nail almost head on, right? Okay.
You're such a
well, we went through hell and high waters.
We did.
We made it back. We ended up in Southern California, where the fires are raging right now, all the way through the Midwest. Then out through Aurora.
Find the witch, may we burn her?
Yeah. Then back to Chicago.
Well, you're gonna turn up through Peoria. Yeah, we've had a couple month journey here to get in a lesser spot here.
No, there's nothing wrong.
No, I'm just kidding. I was just saying if you're paying attention, Mike. No,
I'm trying to do so many things. We're in a
a lot going on.
We're in a new studio. I've got all this things going on with the home of everything, the computers, the sound. I'm just trying to make sure everything is set. You guys are the first show back on Toxic to get us back on the ball and rolling after a little bit of hiatus all around.
Now, Mike, it's good that you bring up Toxic Radio because we are broadcasting live from the new headquarters of Toxic Radio here, and proudly so. So, a little bit of what we wanted to do tonight, and we still want to talk movies, we still want to talk TV, but the beginning of the show is going to be a little bit of clearing the air, letting everybody know where we've been, what's been going on.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
And, kind of just catching up with everybody, seeing what we've been up to over the summer and, what's going on and everything. So, the last time that we were in the former Toxic Radio studio,
right,
for episode 44, I believe, we talked Deadpool, Han Solo, all that stuff, and that was it, and that was back in May. So fast forward now about 3 full months.
Yeah.
We haven't had a formal studio show. Right. We did have an appearance at Philadelphia Podcast Festival. Bill, tell everybody about that experience for us, and kind of what went along with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were privileged to be part of the Philly Podcast Festival, which took place right at the end of June, led into July, down in the Philadelphia area. It was an awesome experience that networked basically.
That Mike didn't come to.
Yeah.
By the way.
Mike's like, oh, yeah, I'll be there. Yeah. Totally cool. Yeah. And what does he do? Bails.
Forget what happened, but yeah.
You were all drunked up.
Yeah, you're like, some chick was like licking your ear that night.
No, that was last night.
Yeah,
but texted us.
Pretty sure it was something similar. Mike's always got like some chick like on a random body part. Like, yeah, dude, this chick is on my up my armpits this week. Yeah, man, it's wild.
Wow.
Yeah, so we had the Philly podcast, which was an awesome thing to be a part of.
It was a lot of fun.
We performed at Tattooed Moms on South Street. Notable popular dive bar.
It's a hipster bar.
Oh yeah, big time. I mean that place used to be a punk rocker bar. Yeah. Now it's it's the scene to go there. They got all the vegan food, but the food's good.
Vegan food.
Yeah, we got chicken tenders. I ate a couple of years.
Right. Yeah, they were solid.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it was an awesome experience. We had Marissa from the Preston and Steve show.
That's
there.
badass.
She was lovely. She helped out with our trivia game. Yeah, we had some cool prizes to give away to the people that were correctly answering questions, and Marissa was helping them out. Bill, before we had gone down, we stopped up at our wonderful show sponsor, Alternate Dimension Toys.
Right.
And Andy, the shop owner, gave us a, what was it, made by Kenner, right?
Yeah, it was like a 1979
original
like,
Star
Kenner.
Wars like Kenner set with two different figures, and they were like 10-inch.
There were 3 figures, and it was the it was like
a Death Star,
like the Imperial
Yeah.
crew basically.
Yeah,
like you had like an AT-AT soldier, a Imperial guy. Yeah, it was pretty awesome, needless to say. And walking in there with that, the people were just like, what is this? And which was really
the
cool.
damn box was so huge, you couldn't help but look at it.
Get out of the way.
And it was funny because before we left Alternate Dimension Toys, which you should stop by, after the show today, or maybe not because it'll be late, but stop in tomorrow for the largest collection of Funko Pops, toys, and collectibles in Newtown, Pennsylvania, or anywhere around is where you want to go for all that stuff.
Best place,
but
place
anyway,
to go to cure a hangover.
Absolutely, you can go there tomorrow. Andy will be there. But when we're looking around the store for maybe 2 or 3 pops to bring down, to give away something small that wasn't going to be a big monetary value, but Andy walks over to the one wall where the TV is, and he pulls that box of the Star Wars figures down from the wall, and we're looking at it, and he's like, "Would you guys want this?" And we could see the price sticker on it was $200, and we're both like, sideways glancing at each other, and like, if you feel comfortable giving us that, we'll take it, but like it's pretty expensive. But his reply was, he's had it in the shop for so long and he couldn't get rid of it, so he's just basically looking to dump a $200 item.
That's pretty badass.
So,
yeah.
What was the gentleman's name that won that during our trivia competition? It was
Trip.
Trip. Yeah, guy Trip. He actually won it. So we went around.
Your kid Trip.
I don't know.
Stoners.
Yeah, could be. But he won. He won our trivia.
Gonna name our kid Trip.
Yeah, he won our trivia competition that we had. So he took that home. We got. I think he found our Facebook page and he wound up posting a picture.
Yeah, I reached out to him.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we got his picture up there. It was, like you said, Bill, it was a really great experience. Yeah. Our first time being down there and kind of seeing what that whole scene was about. We're not ones to toot our own horns or anything, but we did sit through a number of the other shows, and not that everybody did a great job, in terms of bringing their own style and flair to the room. We were the best show, bar none.
Yeah,
like it was a landslide victory. Like it wasn't even close. Like some of the other show, like they were just strictly doing like whatever trivia based on their show, and that was fine. But that was the whole basis of some of the, we saw like 3 or 4 shows, and like most of them did all the same thing. Then there was some like show where they would pick a movie and like talk about like alternate fan fiction side tales about what could happen in some alternate universe. Or
that's just goes
like that's a real niche kind of show. Right. That's fine. Like people are into that. That's cool. I mean, it's not my thing or your thing necessarily, but good on them for bringing it about. It's cool.
Yeah.
I
mean,
but,
you got it.
Go ahead. You were gonna say something.
I don't really remember.
All right, fair enough. But yeah, I mean, we were the only people there that I felt had an actual show.
Yeah,
not just. No, and I don't mean it in any kind of a demeaning way or insulting way, but just everything else that we saw was not structured like our show normally is, to where you have segments and you have mainstays of your show or what that might be. It was kind of just like a mishmash hodgepodge of
like
collective thoughts that you were just spouting out or doing trivia.
Right, like the one show just felt like, like a...
It was like Highlander trivia. Yeah. And I like interrupted accidentally. I like called it. Well,
Sean's like...
guys like calling out for answers.
Half
I was all bombed up anyway. But the guys like calling out for answers, and then they like changed the round and the game and the rules. So I'm like, was chugging PBRs at that point. And that's all they had. And like I called out an answer after nobody got it. It was something really easy. And then like everybody's like, oh, I'm like, I don't know what the rules are, man. We just walked in. And then later on, I went up talking to that dude at the bar anyway. He's like, yeah, I'm really glad you did that. It was like a talking point throughout the rest of our broadcast, which was really cool. So thanks a lot. Like, hey, I'm glad I could have fucked up your show. But, yeah, we did a great job. So, our natural abilities and talent carried through. Plus, we had a local Philadelphia celebrity around to help us out.
Yeah, she chilled with us afterwards.
Yeah, we sat
had some drinks
at the bar with Marissa and her boyfriend. I'm blanking on what his name is.
Trip.
No, it certainly wasn't Trip. Sorry, Trip.
Nah, it was like another cool, strong, white, hip name. You know what I mean? That was like
Todd.
He was a cool dude.
Nah, like a Darren.
Barry.
I don't know. Nah.
Whatever his name is. He was a good dude, though. Like we sat.
Bert.
Chase.
Bert.
I feel like Chase is like the popular new Philly name, right?
I don't like the name Chase.
But it's.
I think it might have been.
It's popular now.
I think that's what it was. No, but he was a cool guy. We sat with Marissa and he for well over an hour and a half, something like that, and had drinks before they left to go out to dinner.
Just touched my leg.
Kill him.
Kill him.
But yeah, they're all around good day, good experience, good time, good drinks.
There you
good
go.
Company. So if you have gone on our YouTube channel and checked out that episode, it's up there if you haven't, and if you have, thanks for checking that out.
Yeah.
And, we definitely look to be back there next year.
The one thing I wanted to dive into about the summer,
they can put us in a one of the premier venues though.
The one thing about the summer that I want to share was my awesome opportunity about being able to get to work at the Malibu Sands Resort this summer. Which,
oh, really?
I started right at the beginning of the summer. And, I had the opportunity from a Leon Carosi. He came up to me, said, listen, I got this resort, needs running. And, I got to put you on a timetable here.
Right.
So I took it, and, I had right off the bat clashing with the daughter of this company, Stacy Carosi.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And, this person just, every move I tried to make, just clashing, right?
Bill, as you're in the story, we have a friend of the show and a correspondent and one half of the tag team champs, Team Radnads, Pat Mahoney in the chat here. He says, guys, hi, it's Pat. So, hi, Pat. How's it going, buddy?
Pat.
Hi, Pat.
Pat, if you're tuning in, I'm just talking about my summer experience, working at the Malibu Sands Resort this summer. And, a lot of cool, interesting stuff took place there. Like we had an awesome volleyball competition that took place on the beach. Yeah, I mean, you like volleyball, right?
I think I'm pretty good.
Yeah,
I do. I think I'm pretty good.
So I played some volleyball this summer with a lot of
I taught
great
it when
people.
I was a physical education teacher.
Right. And that's I got to get this awesome car that I won. From Carosi. He's the man.
Now, I'm pretty sure I know how you won this car because I heard there was a story, but like there was some kind of like. I would call it like Beach Olympics.
Yeah, you could say that loosely.
Yeah. Talk about that a little bit. How was that competition to win that?
Well, it was amazing. I mean, so many challenges, and people coming at you, like people that you didn't even know, just challenging you for the beach. Basically, have you ever been challenged?
I've been challenged. Yeah, I've been challenged.
Yeah,
I got challenged today at work by one of my coworkers.
Yeah,
I smacked him.
Did he pee on you?
No. He's just trying to.
Think he's pee on you.
Trying to think he's bad a little bit.
What kind of people do you run into, Mike?
It's how we roll.
Hey, I'm gonna pee on you.
That's what happens at
my work. That's what we do. You walk up and then you go, "You're mine." So
sounds like prison, actually.
I have been watching a lot of Orange Is the New Black, so yeah.
Yeah. Did you finish the new season?
I have not finished, and usually I marathon watch that stuff and get it all done. But I've been watching bits and pieces here and there.
That's good,
and it's good stuff.
The wife and I finished that last weekend. Last Sunday, maybe.
It's a little bit. It's a weirder.
I thought it was better than the 5th season for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fifth was the riot one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I like the riots. Riots was fun.
I thought it was better than it.
Yeah.
Bill doesn't watch it.
I've seen some of it.
You've seen clips and...
I've seen episodes.
Okay.
Seen whole entire episodes.
That's good on the show.
By yourself with Nutella in your lap.
I think.
Yes. Great job, Bill.
I think I'm on like 4.
Okay. Good job. Good job. Yeah, guys. I mean, calm down. All right, we get it. Calm down, guys. But yeah. So, Bill, you've been out in Cali, and
yeah,
doing
and then now I'm back here now.
West Coast.
Yeah. So now I'm back. Right. Just short stint.
I hear you. Yeah, I didn't go to Cali.
Yeah,
I didn't do that. I got a new job.
Yeah,
I got a new job. So I sell cars now.
Yeah, he's that slime ball. No, give you a car. You walk in there, he just walks up.
He's like the Al Bundy.
I'm the opposite of that. You can go check my Google reviews.
You say he's the Al Bundy of selling cars? So he just has fat women come in all day and just makes fun of them.
You don't want this guy.
It happens. It happens.
You can't fit in this car.
But yeah, I started selling automobiles.
Man, the size of car you need is a tank.
That's one job I could not do.
You know, I've actually never been in sales whatsoever, but I found it a pretty easy transition.
Somebody's got turned down. Leave it to Bill to just throw a roadblock right in the middle of the show.
Hold on.
Hold on. He knows technology.
Yeah,
he can figure this out.
This is our preseason.
This is Bill.
It doesn't matter.
Bill is the geek squad of the show. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I work for Geek Squad now. Hey, where's your computer? Let me fix it.
Yeah, we're getting back in the swing of things too. We've been off for a while, much like our Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles have been off and getting back into the swing of things in their preseason as they're getting ready to defend the crown against the rest of the NFL. The same thing. We're back on Toxic Radio. We're getting back into the swing of things. We're gonna defend our ratings crown. We're gonna get back into all of this, Bill. And you know what? We had some interesting summers. I got a new job. My son's gonna be born within the next month. We've been talking about that since January when we found out the future half of the next wave of Cinescape podcast hosts is going to be welcomed into this world. And
at like a young age, are you gonna tell him about this noble lineage that you'll come from and how he's destined to take over the throne of
Well, wait till you see. Just wait till you see some of the newborn pictures that are going to come out. That I'll post on our page, our Facebook page, and Instagrams and Twitters and all.
It's going to be a cavalcade of newborn.
Maybe I'll put it on our Tumblr page too. I don't even know.
Why don't you just start a Cinescape Kids and just post nothing but the nerdy shit we do through our regular channel, but just for kids and stuff like that.
Are you going to get a little baby Cinescape shirt for?
I mean, you'll just have to tune in to find out.
The Cinescape stuff has to be our regular, everyday sicko stuff. You know what I mean?
Sicko stuff.
Not not like James.
First, you're talking about kids, and then you're talking about sicko
not James
stuff.
Gunn type stuff.
We're gonna get into that much later in the show.
Not like James Gunn, which we'll get into.
As long as you're not talking about Subway Jared or anything.
I heard kids and sicko in the same sentence.
Our normal adult BS, junk.
Oh, Billy.
You're like Disney. Right. You're like Disney right now, just twisting. Take one word and you fucking twist it.
Oh my God!
I didn't think he twisted it that much.
No,
it was not a purple nurple.
No, I think you already had a pre-twisted.
Big twist. You had it twisted.
No,
you're twisted.
No,
twisted transistor.
Oh God! Don't care. Don't care.
Yeah, so I mean, we kind of went over the bulk of our summer and what we've been up to. Also, along the way, Bill, you purchased a home.
I did.
So Bill is no longer homeless.
Nah.
Well, that's finally. I mean,
he has his own.
He was living in a tent.
Yeah, he's
living in a van down by the river.
His own property and homestead.
I have property now. I pay taxes on it and just got the water bill.
That's it. That's it. You're done now.
I'm done.
You're sucking off the government teat for.
That's right.
Time.
That's it.
I've been over a number of times. It's a very nice residence.
Never gonna own that thing.
We had a bit of a Sunday fun day last week.
What does your Sunday fun day entail?
I don't know. We got pretty tuned up.
Yeah.
Like
Just-
2 cases of Heinekens and
I love that kind of hanging out. What are we gonna do? I don't know. We'll get drunk, and once we're drunk, we'll figure something
yeah,
out.
we had like all his neighbors, and then like the neighborhood came over, and we all started just joking in
That's
his
just
living
what
kitchen.
happens. The neighbors all got together, and it's just
Yeah.
So wait, you got a backyard? You got the
Yeah.
whole nine? You gonna get like a hot tub out there, a jacuzzi?
I don't know.
You're gonna plant a garden?
Yeah,
You're gonna
if
grow
you
some
put a hot tub
vegetables?
back there, can you imagine how many fucking crackheads are gonna find it out there?
Got
Like in the
people just
morning,
bathing in there.
They'll be passed out in there. At least see dead bodies floating in there. That's a little shaky. Nah, no hot tubs. He's right by the river though.
Yeah, we just jump in the river.
Yeah, van down by the river.
That's good.
Got
That's good.
a pool and a pond.
Wow.
Pond would be good. Wow.
So what else? I mean,
Yeah.
we kind of covered
Yeah.
covered the main points we wanted to get to with the catching up and so Mike, we want to throw it over to you a little bit here. As
All right. Well, Mike
you
needs
know,
a beer, so we'll throw that over to me.
I can do that.
Throw that
for you,
over to me,
but,
'cause-
really quickly.
I guess this is the Mike segment. Toxic Mike gets to reveal his inner thoughts.
So
which
we
you don't wanna
alluded
hear.
to the fact that
expectations.
I'll have to get the example next time. But,
You're awesome. You're great. Everybody likes you.
So we alluded to the fact that our last show in the former Toxic Radio studio, was about 3 months ago or so,
Right.
And we are now in your home.
Right.
So talk about
Domicile.
Yes.
why are we all here?
So,
Why are any of us here?
as a lot of people know that, Toxic Radio was partnered with awesome local internet radio station / podcasting studio, Wildfire Radio. And after 2 years of amazing time with them and just having so much fun, so many great experiences, so many different things we were able to do in that space and with that partnership and all the crazy times we had, we decided that it was best to just part ways for right now. Kind of take Toxic Radio on its own path. So it's so to say. So right now, we had to regroup. We had to kind of get our bearings, get everything set up, reset up here at my house as a kind of a transitional place as we look to find another studio to kind of squat at. I say squat because we're not going to pay rent. Kind of squat at. So during that time, we were getting everything ready, and a lot of shows have been broadcasting from different places. I know Taking It Deep has been broadcasting from Connecticut School of Broadcasting. I think Hit the Pit went over to Wildfire. They're now part of Wildfire. So our shows have kind of scattered, but we're looking to bring it back, go full force. I've got a few things up my sleeve that I'm going to be bringing to the table as far as a new show I'm going to be doing, and kind of get back to doing what we love, which is broadcasting, having a good time, entertaining, drinking alcohol, and fucking shit up in toxic style.
Yeah, and butt chugging.
Yeah.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
I have seen John Cena butt chug, so
You watch that movie?
if he can butt chug,
Did you
I
watch
can
that
butt.
movie?
Yes, I did.
Did you?
I saw many bad reviews about it, but I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I liked it. But yeah, so that's kind of the very quick gist of what has happened. So now we are in Casa El Mike, the Toxic Mike here. We got everything. We were able to broadcast just as much as we did before with the high quality that Toxic always offers. So nothing has changed, only the location as we take it to the next level here.
Yeah, we take it all right.
That's
You
weird.
see, most blokes can only go up to 10. You see, we're able to take it that one extra notch and right over the cliff and go up to 11.
That's true.
Yeah.
And one thing that we do have that we didn't have before, and we're going to even be...
A particle accelerator?
We have a particle accelerator.
Yes, finally.
We
Transwarp conduit?
we also have meat popsicles.
I don't even know what that means.
Carbondellis? No, meat popsicle.
Meat pie. Is that like a penis? That's cold?
Carbondellis?
Capicola?
The Fifth Element? Anyway,
Okay.
so we have a multi-camera shoot here now, and we're going to be doing a lot more with video. We're going to be doing a lot more with video, streaming to Facebook, streaming on YouTube, and all that kind of stuff. So you can look more forward to doing more video webcasts of the podcast and maybe moving towards more video streaming.
Yeah, I mean, a
with
gentleman in the
games
chat
and
right
everything
now
else.
says, show me your tits, Frank.
Who?
Jeff Crispin.
See? And you can't do that with just audio.
Right.
I mean, you can.
And then Michael Anthony asks, who's that sexy man piece on the right giving me a boner? So I guess the screen right, that's going to be you, Bill. Yeah, table right, I'm on the right.
Right.
It's a stage right, stage left.
Let me fix
I
the
don't
hair
know.
for the audience.
Godfrey says, you have definitely had a few meat popsicles before, Tazi. To which I would agree. Thank you. Yeah, good pickup there.
Yeah.
Mr. Godfrey.
A lot of meat popsicles.
Yeah.
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 Well, you know,
That's just like
Your
Your
opinion,
opinion,
man. So anyway, so we talked about Bill's voyages westward. We talked about my
Voyages Eastward.
yeah, and Bill's or Mike's voyages homeward.
Yeah, so now I could be more of a hermit and never ever leave my house.
Well, we're excited because it's the first time we've seen you in about 3 months. So
Yeah,
we're very excited to be here tonight.
I did kind of hunker down and become like a vampire, never leaving the house and keeping the shades closed for a little while
right.
as I got everything situated.
And that's okay because you know what? We're here now. We're back.
Here
And
and
we're blacker than
now.
ever. So
I promise to not.
So, Bill, you know, we're gonna get into the meat of the show, the meat popsicle of the show.
The meat popsicle of the
Already.
show.
But yeah, just a couple things to
Suck on
mention
that.
here. So over the last month or so, I've been running
Running on empty.
No,
Oh.
no. I created a block pool. We know what block pools are.
Yeah.
You pick a certain designated block within
Right.
the space, and
But this is a
if you get picked, you win a monetary prize.
right. But this, to clarify, is a dead pool, correct?
Yeah, it is a dead pool.
It's a dead pool.
It is a dead pool.
Yes.
A death block pool, a dead pool, call it what you will. But we all know the company Movie Pass. You know, you pay a certain subscription fee.
It's through AMC, right?
You can see no.
No?
They're their own thing.
Okay.
So you get you pay $9.95 a month, and you were supposed to be able to see one movie every day,
Right.
every month, and you pay $10 a month. And then they started changing their fees and the amount
Yeah.
of movies that you could see, and all these other things. They've lost so many subscribers.
Right.
They went down like 3 cents a share in the stock market. They're
That's awful.
hemorrhaging money, and they're just changing things every day and changing the prices and screwing their customers over. So it's only a matter of time until this company just outright bellies up.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've created a block pool to to pick the correct date that MoviePass as a company folds. And how you can enter that is by going to our website over at www.thecinescape.com, where you can see our Movie Pass Death Block pool. All you have to do is leave a comment on the main post of this story, this thing on our website. Leave the date that you picked. If it's not already selected, then you have to pick another one. And you also have to be a subscriber to our Facebook page. So the winner of that, whoever gets the exact date, will get a digital download code for Avengers Infinity War.
Whoa.
Yes.
Infinity War.
I still
Infinity
have not
War.
seen that.
Oh,
Really?
Come on.
I've watched
Still
it like 4 times in
have
the last
not-
72 hours.
Jesus
I just
Christ.
saw that it's available for rent on Xbox, so I will be watching it soon.
Yeah.
But I've not seen it. But I've had every single spoiler meme I could possibly see, so I've got a gist of what happens.
Yeah. Well, if you pick the right date in our Movie Pass Death Block pool, you can get a digital download code
Wait.
for free.
Am I
Are you eligible?
eligible?
Sure, why not? I do have a number of people that have selected dates already.
Bill just gave a look like that's a little shady.
We'll get you in. We'll get you in.
And the winner is
Like that's how Donald Trump just like agrees with everyone, right? Like, listen, I agree. I agree. North Korea, good.
That's great. All right, I'm the winner.
So yeah, just you pick the right date as long as it's not been selected. If you win, you get the digital download code for Avengers Infinity War.
And a date with Bill Tozzi.
And a date from Bill Tozzi as well.
Yeah, like, well, you get to take me on the date. Like, I'm not taking you on the date. Like, you know?
Yeah, baby, yeah!
Yeah!
All right. Well, you know what, Bill?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something that we have not done
Oh boy.
in quite a while.
Oh, you've been waiting for this, Bill. Just lean back, relax, let it happen.
No.
Throughout your friendship, you've been waiting for this.
That's later.
just close your eyes.
Nah, Bill, because get ready for the buzz, baby. I'm gonna buzz you up. I feel it. I can feel it. Well, Bill, I just buzzed the shit out of you.
Down to my plums.
Because we are getting into this week's TV Buzz, where we are going to highlight some of the biggest news stories, review some episodes.
It sounded like you went,
and open it up for some discussion. Bill, read our first story, please.
Okay, so actor Ethan Peck has joined the cast of Star Trek Discovery to play everyone's favorite pointy-eared, Vulcan, green-blooded, know-it-all son of a bitch Spock. The series returns to CBS All Access, which no one will sign up for, in January of 2019. Also announced was the news that Sir Patrick Stewart, will be reprising his iconic role of Captain Picard for the new Trek series for CBS All Access. Huge news coming out of the Alpha Quadrant here, as two heavy hitters in the franchise got
Bill,
Ethan Peck, grandson of Gregory Peck,
right?
Playing Spock in the new Discovery series, and then within the same week, I believe, you have Sir Patrick Stewart, announcing at a Vegas Star Trek convention that he so famously, so boldly, will be taking up the mantle again as Jean-Luc Picard. So, this is cool, exciting news on both old and new Trek alike. I mean, I know we're not gonna go signing up for CBS All Access, but any curiosity with the new Star Trek shows, Sean? We got the next season of Discovery to still play out. I don't think a new Spock is gonna do anything to save that, but what do you think about Patrick Stewart, Jean-Luc Picard, in some capacity returning to the main screen?
I mean, all I really gotta say is,
Oh, God, don't care.
I'm just not a Trek guy. I still haven't seen the newest movie in the JJ trilogy. Was it Beyond, right?
Yeah, it's totally
Didn't
different.
see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I never got into any. The only Star Trek movie before the newest JJ ones that I've seen, start to finish, and that would not include The Wrath of Khan with my bathroom incident previously. But that would be First Contact. It's the only movie I've seen.
Solid movie.
I know that movie. It's got fucking dude from Babe in it and the fucking Borg and all that shit.
Yeah.
So I'm good on that one. Other than that, never watched the shows, any of them. That's all you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not gonna watch it regardless.
All right. Well, yeah.
And I'm certainly not fucking subscribing to CBS All
No,
Access.
CBS
either.
stinks.
Yeah,
Get
done
your
with that.
shit together, CBS.
Yeah, I already get CBS for free.
Right. Just show it on the channel and let people watch it on demand.
Yeah.
Like,
So
enough said.
done with that.
Done with that.
Moving on.
Moving on. Take the next one.
Bill, because American Horror Story has brought back a number of past season actresses for the upcoming Apocalypse season. Ooh. Rejoining the franchise are Taissa Farmiga, Gabori Sidibe, Lily Robb, Frances Conroy, and Stevie Nicks of musical fame. All of these actresses appeared in either Murder House, Coven, or even both series together. So, Bill, the last few seasons of American Horror Story have been terrible, we could say. So but the announcement that some of the chicks from the past are coming back in different roles.
Chicks, man, aisle 5, chicks.
That's right. That's where you can find them. But they're going to be reprising roles from past seasons that were actually good.
Right.
So yeah, where do you see this new?
I really don't know anymore, and that's kind of the long drive that that the show has kind of taken the past few seasons, is that it's just really kind of taken a dip for me. So, I really have lost that connection a little bit, I feel, with the characters and stuff like that. So, I mean, something like this could bring a little little life back into the party, but I'm not expecting anything too great. I know. I
think that's a safe
season,
move.
Right?
No, they actually announced,
and
I didn't put it in the show notes. I forgot about it.
This is where a show that
but they announced season 10 as well.
Just doesn't need to go on any longer. Just create a new show and just
we kind of thought it would be done after this one because Ryan Murphy's leaving FX to go to Netflix.
Yeah,
do an exclusive thing at Netflix. So we didn't know if this show was going to continue on. So I don't know. Season 10 was announced to be happening, but I don't know if that's still a Ryan Murphy produced season or if it's a whole new team behind it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were all under the assumption that this show would be dying once Ryan Murphy left FX altogether. But who knows? I guess if the ratings are good enough, they're going to keep going with it. So. Those are actually the only two real news stories in the TV
You're not
world.
supposed to tell him that.
Well, I did. But transition subtly. Shit. We don't do that here, Bill. Because I did want to talk about another show that has returned for a second season. I watched the first couple episodes.
Let me guess, The Sinner?
Yeah, actually, The
Sinner.
The first season starred Jessica Biel and Bill Pullman. It was murder mystery show. It was really good. My wife and I watched it upon your wife's recommendation. Actually, we enjoyed that. It came back. Bill Pullman is still the main character of the series as a new story. I mean, it's still a murder mystery show, but the crux of it is that a couple was murdered in their hotel room by who you think is their young son.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an investigation going on. It's in rural upstate New York somewhere.
What word is that?
Rural.
Dude, you're wasted already.
Nah.
Can't even say it.
Rural.
Can't even say it. You're
rural.
wasted.
It's 3 beers in. 3 beers in. 3 beers.
Rural.
That should be part of a police sobriety test, right? Say the word rural.
No, but everybody's drunk then, because no, you can't pronounce that.
Say the word judicial.
Spell it.
Judicial.
RURAL. I can spell it.
It's the judicial system.
Rural.
You get 5 points.
Rural. You're good.
Oh, you're wasted.
I watched the first two, or we watched the first two, the wife and I. I think the newest one was on, a couple nights ago. We didn't see that one yet, but it's definitely really good so far. It's interesting that they kept, Bill Pullman as the police detective, in the show, but moving on to different stories. It's along the lines of American Horror Story, where it's an anthology show, but at the same time has a connecting character, through all the through lines of the different plots.
Right.
What seems to be, I guess they're going to change it up every season if they continue it, which is pretty neat. So it's not just the same characters or the same actors portraying different roles like an American Horror Story, but it's the same character with different plot points and storylines in different locations, which is pretty neat.
Yeah.
I know my wife Crystal's not a big Bill Pullman fan. It's fucking Lone Star though, and President Whitmore from Independence
Did she ever see the speech?
I mean, we post it every 4th of July on the Facebook page. You can't not watch that on 4th of July.
Right.
But it's definitely a good show. A lot of twists and turns already. Just the 2 episodes that I watched so far.
I don't like the twists, only the turns.
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean,
I agree.
That's fine. You're more than welcome to that. Did you watch any of the first season, Bill, or did you finish it, or no? Just Sam watched it.
Yeah.
Is she watching season 2?
I believe so.
Okay. Have you heard any feedback from that?
I have not.
You have not.
No.
So either Sam's watching it and not telling you about it, or she's not watching it and or doesn't give a shit about the show. So it could go
either way.
A number of ways here.
That's interesting.
But that's all right. But I enjoy the show. So if you're watching the show on US Sunday, Yeah.
You know what season I just finished?
What did you finish?
Phenomenal. Glow season 2.
Yeah.
You
Glow
just
season
finished
2.
it?
I'm late on a lot of things.
I didn't finish season 2.
You didn't finish season 2 either? Oh my
Mark
god.
Maron is just
We watched it in 2 days.
He's the man.
Yeah.
You know,
He makes that show.
I like how far did you get, Bill?
Like 7.
All right, so you're halfway.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not going to give any spoilers to you, but they definitely reigned, for the most part, like they reign in his douchebaggery, asshole.
Yeah. I didn't know how I
good
felt
amount.
about that.
Yeah.
It's good because it shows character development. Like,
Yeah.
there's definitely plenty of instances where he's a fucking jerk.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
throughout the
yeah.
season.
Yeah.
But they made him, because he was a likable yet unlikable character during the first season. Like, they played on that, and they're going more towards the likable side, but still retaining, that jerk off nature that it still has.
Jerk off nature. That's the next podcast we're starting called Jerk Off Nature.
Yeah, we go out in the woods and masturbate animals.
Wait, what? That's not what we're doing. That is not what we're doing.
I was in the wrong meeting. Wrong production meeting this morning.
I can't get out of this corner.
Oh my god!
Have you ever had a beaver jerk off on you? Oh god, it's terrible.
Call the hotline. Tell us about it. Tell us about your story.
Only you can prevent
Were
forced
you
masturbation.
sexually assaulted by a wildlife animal? Well, if so, we want to hear your story.
Come hop on Big Gay House, Big Gay Boat Ride.
Hashtag nature me too.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I don't even know where we were just at.
We were in a bad place that we should never go back to. It's how YouTubers get banned.
Are we on YouTube?
Jerking off animals.
We're not on YouTube.
Okay.
We,
So
will, we will be, though.
We won't.
We hate YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, if at this point, at whatever time you're actually watching this on YouTube, because it will be up on YouTube later tonight at some point, we love you and thank you for checking us out on YouTube if you couldn't check out our live stream. Make sure if you are watching our live stream, you subscribe to us on YouTube as well.
There you go.
We like to hit all the
I feel like
all
you
the
just
facets.
said YouTube like a lot in like a short period of time.
It's like when you hear like a radio ad with a phone number and they keep repeating it over and over again. So
Rand Spear, the accident lawyer.
Yeah, call me Rand Spear, the accident lawyer. 1-800 Rand Spear.
1-800-90-LEGAL.
If you don't live in Missouri, you can.
Oh, I can do that whole thing. That's my favorite. It's like, but how does it go? Oh, man, I got a brain fart.
He's getting choked up.
It's
he can't do it.
Shit. Keep talking because I need to think about it for a second. But I know
it's like that thing where you have to pee on command and you can't do it.
Is he trying to think about?
By the way, unless you're in Missouri or Illinois, I'm not licensed in your state, but that's okay. Our attorneys in your state are. Told you I fucking had it.
Philly reference.
Unless you're in Missouri or Illinois, I'm not licensed in your state. Like, I love how it's a staple on like the sports talk radio stations, especially, to where they cut the clips and use it on their shows.
Oh yeah, same with Preston and Steve, and I'm like, how much money do these guys pay just to have their commercials just
it's great.
nonstop?
Because what's going to happen is that people are going to be cutting parts of our show and using it as sound clips on theirs.
Can I bring up? I know I'm kind of hijacking the show a little bit, but
you can do whatever you want.
I pay rent.
And we're not paying you.
I did watch a movie, and again, I'm late on this. I know I am. I watch movies way late.
I know. Which movie?
Ready Player One.
I saw that you were watching that on Facebook the other night.
Because I don't go in theaters, so I figure if it's
like
if
the
I
movie
wait till
came
it's
out
runnable.
5 months ago and he just watched it.
Yeah, but holy crap, that was like a nerdgasm throughout the whole entire thing. You sit there going, "This is exactly where our future is going."
Yeah,
VR is the future, 100%.
VR true.
One day you're going to be able to virtually.
Which avatar did you identify with?
Ooh, the guy, the actual main character's avatar, because his was the only one. Because his was the only one that he kind of made it like himself, but just different.
Yeah.
Because anytime
it's the same but different. That's my favorite phrase in the world.
Because anytime I create an avatar in a video game, I create myself.
Yeah,
I try to make it as real to me. because I want it to be me. Whereas I've talked to guys, and some guys create girl characters because like if it's third person, I want to look at a girl's ass all the time.
Probably guys that identify with chicks with dicks.
And then there's other guys that like, you know, make the obscene, crazy, a black guy with a monocle and a archaeologist like get up. But see, I like creating something that's more to me. So I would go with that. But it was 100% where I think this world. I just got Oculus Go.
Okay.
And I use that thing to watch movies because you literally feel like you are in a movie
Porn
theater.
movies?
I mean, you know.
Have you dabbled?
We tried that at your place.
Yes, I've dabbled. I've dabbled. But no, in all honesty,
that's kind of weird, Sean.
Movies, that's where the movie experience is going to go. We always wondered, how are you going to get the movie experience, the real movie experience at home? That's where it's going to happen with VR. No doubt. Because I sat there and watched the movie. I watched Deadpool in a movie theater on my couch, but it was so real, like I was there, that I actually went to put my arm on the armrest, and then realized I'm not at the movie theater.
By armrest, he meant boyfriend's lap.
Yes. His name is Todd, and
So you watched this in your Oculus?
Yeah. So, Ready Player One is 100% where it's going. I can't wait till it happens, and that movie was just phenomenal. Phenomenal.
It was a really good movie.
Ridiculous. Incredible.
And if I hear one more person tell me, oh, but the book was so much better, you got to read the book. Better. You can suck it. All right?
Did you not
I don't read.
Did you not be present for our initial review of this movie when we were back in the other studio?
No, I was there for it, but this is now. But now I get to get caught up because I hadn't seen it.
All right, well, read the book and then tell me.
I was probably kind of trying to ignore what you guys were saying because I hadn't seen it. I knew I wanted to see it, but I just wanted to give my perspective on it. If you tell me one more time, read the book. Especially if you do it online, I will block you.
Especially if you can't read either.
I can't read. I appreciate if you don't make fun of me. That's bullying.
No, I mean, the book is better.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The only thing,
but you're talking about like the guy that reads like the books for like everything. You know what I mean? He's got to like watch. You know, he's got to read the Game of Thrones books. He's got to read. To Kill a Mockingbird.
Intellectual mind.
Wait. Where do you people that read find the time?
I don't have time anymore
to sit down with a book and read.
You know, I think I'm just gonna curl up with a good book this weekend.
Like, who does that?
I'm just gonna stop by the wine store and get some rosé and just curl up with a good Danielle Steele novel.
Here's the deal. I could do an audiobook. And it's got to be somebody
turn tape over.
Who reads good.
Reads gooder for kids who
reads more gooder. Good. They got to read more gooder. But I might do the Ready Player One book. Yeah, but I do have mad respect.
It's a quick read.
Who's the guy who wrote that book?
Ernest Cline.
So I saw a documentary with him in it. What is it's a documentary where they find it's about the E.T. video game that was buried in the
Nevada desert, right?
Yeah, buried at a landfill, and they go and dig it up. Yeah. And I gotta say, first
they ain't
off,
worth shit.
But no, they're not. But it was. I gotta say, it was a very interesting movie. I watched it at the Franklin Institute after I went there for the whole gamer exhibition that they got going on.
We were supposed to do that years ago, Bill.
It was really cool.
Fucking planetarium all messed up and shit.
Planetarium.
What the hell's wrong with you guys? But they showed us that, and that guy's in it, and to see that guy,
was it him or was it Ernest Borgnine?
Ernest Borgnine,
the guy who wrote the book, and he is a Class A nerd. Like, I was so excited that guy is a true to himself nerd.
So here's the best part, though, because of how much you could appreciate the nerdiness in the movie. Which, I mean, it was based on his novel, but the visuals and stuff, it was, Spielberg directing and everybody else throwing the shit in there. So, in terms of the mass appeal of, 80s references, because the book is strictly 80s Joel.
Oh, yeah.
Strictly 80s Joel.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. There's no other time periods. I mean, the amount of nostalgia in the book is, I mean, if you don't like to read, fine, but
can you read it to me?
I know you'll love the book.
Will you come over and read it to me?
I'll Don't do it over the phone.
So this is
I fucking driving an hour
conference
down here.
call you in.
Yeah.
so this is the
we'll get a Skype session going.
the beauty of this movie.
We're starting a new channel. Sean reads Ready Player One to Mike. And I'll put it on YouTube.
How great would that be? Tune in to Toxic Radio
You
right
see,
now.
like
We
the
read
camera
books.
pans down to like Mike laying in bed, and then you see me on the split screen at my own house reading to him.
Aw.
He's got his thumb in his mouth and shit.
That's not your thumb. It's not your thumb.
Hopefully his pants stay on.
It's Bill's thumb in my mouth.
Oh.
Anyways, so
No, that's just the size.
but so the say his name again. The guy who wrote the book. Say it one more time.
Ernest Klein.
So Ernest Klein.
Thanos.
They show Ernest Klein, and he's a complete and utter nerd, like 100% grade A. You see this guy on the
Say his
street
name again?
at Walmart,
Thanos.
and you know
Walmart.
and you know that this guy is a nerd. He starts going on about how he cannot wait to go out to this landfill to witness them digging up ET.
Can I get a witness?
So then he gets into his DeLorean, which he owns. A
Oh, I
DeLorean.
got it in my DeLorean. It's mine.
Then he has a true to life life size.
Me fucking giggling up right now.
He has a life size ET that he puts something, a coat or something around him, and put him in the passenger seat of the DeLorean. I hate you. Of the DeLorean,
Ouch.
and then travels
Back
to
in
go
time
watch,
to
go watch this.
1955?
And he pulls up in a DeLorean with an ET in the passenger seat, and he has to travel like five hours or something like that. I'm sitting there just thinking how the people at like the toll booths are thinking this guy traveling through in a DeLorean with ET in the passenger seat. So I've got mad respect all around for that movie, for the director, for the writer, like just everything.
Bazinga!
Thank you. That was my nerd out moment.
Well said, Mike.
This nerd out moment brought to you by Toxic Mike. Please read to me.
Brought to you by Flintstones Vitamins. Flintstone Vitamins.
That's good stuff. I like the orange ones.
Like cherry.
They're cherry.
Cherry, right?
Cherry?
Cherry.
I like the gummy vitamins. I mean, if
Yeah,
you
we
want to
know
go,
you like
I like the
gummies,
gummies.
all right.
I like the gummies. It's like you're having a treat, but it's good for you.
Ah, well, you know what else is good for you? When we talk about some movie news, Bill. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to flip our script here, Bill, for the first time in a few months. And
flip it.
Bill, why don't you read our first story?
Okay. Let me,
Okay. There you go, Bill.
Yeah. I got it. Something
got
happened. Everything like froze
Bill's
up.
freezing up. Well, Bill's unfreezing
I
himself.
got it.
You
Yeah.
got it?
I
You
thought
got
you were
it?
tech support.
Huh?
Gotcha.
Google?
Google me.
Guy at my work, he had to
Siri!
Google something. He Googled Google.com through Google, and I wanted to punch him in the face.
Siri? Are you in here?
I've got Alexa downstairs.
Alexa?
Oh.
She just went off.
So,
She's calling the cops on us.
Sony's version of the Marvel Universe has been given an official name. Variety has learned that the universe is being dubbed as Sony's Universe of Marvel Characters. Sony reportedly has the film rights to roughly 900 Marvel characters that no one cares about.
My.
Actually, they may have some that you care about.
There's
Some.
gonna be
There's a few.
A few. So yeah, this is all really seems to be contingent on the success of Venom coming out later this year. They've already been really toying around with a lot of their projects. You know, they announced the Silver and Black movie, and then rescinded on that. They're gonna split, the two characters up and give them their own solo movies now. Apparently, so you're gonna get a Silver Sable movie, you're gonna get a Black Cat movie solo, you're gonna get a Morbius movie. Mysterio is apparently going to be the villain of Spider-Man.
You get a movie,
Far
you
From
get a
Home.
movie.
Yeah, exactly. There's been so much talk about what Sony's going to do. Are they going to be moving forward still a part of the the Marvel Cinematic Universe in anywhere? Are they going to share Venom? Are they going to share other characters? We just don't know at this point.
So I like the ambition behind it, but I would just hope that they tread lightly and not get too ahead of their own ways yet. When no success has been established. I mean, when you realize that they ended the ship with Spider-Man back in 2016 it was 15 or 16, the last Spider-Man sequel.
Nah, it
From
was
the
2014.
14 was it? So
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
yeah. So I mean, you know, there's still a lot of fresh stuff on the surface here. So we need to, I feel, tread lightly with all these new characters that they want to develop. Make sure that they fit the larger theme, and if it is going to cross over, where you see that happen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, then you definitely want to make sure that you understand where the boundaries are and how each is going to be represented then in their own respective universe. So.
Yeah,
it adds an interesting dynamic. Maybe getting to see how, like, could you imagine, like, for, like, let's say in the sense of, I'm just going to take Batman for example here. Like, let's say if you wanted to see that brooding type of Batman on one side, but then, like, you want that whimsical, like, Gotham City that, like, the Burton movies kind of had to them, that embellished.
So are you saying that there needed to be like a Batman and Robin and Batman Forever to make the other Batmans good?
Wait, what?
Is that what
you're saying?
Like, you kind of just said that.
What the? Yeah.
Like there has to be the brooding dark Batman and then the whimsical, like, lighthearted Batman, like Joel Schumacher's Batman, and then like Dark Knight.
I said
Nolan.
Burton's Batman.
I understand that, but you're getting two sides of the coin going, because you have Burton's dark brooding Batman, and then you said more whimsical, which could mean the lighter, goofy bat nipples Batman.
Like, I mean, if that's
what
you think,
that's just the way that I took that, and the way you said it. I don't know if that's what you're necessarily going
I just
for.
mean in that, like, larger world. I don't mean bat nipples per se as
okay. All right, fair enough.
I'm saying bat nipples.
Matt's all right. Mike's saying bat nipples. So
I mean, like, those movies
we'll give
action
one bat nipple on the next bat suit. We'll give it half C's here.
I want that to be your new increment of ranking movies: 1 to 10 bat nipples.
That's a fucking great idea, man. That's all Bill too. Bill's the goofy rating system.
1 out of 5 bat nipples. I give this movie 5 bat nipples.
5 bat nipples across
and it has to be an uneven number, just to be fun.
Oh, just 1 out of 4 bat nipples.
Well, I actually technically have 3 nipples myself.
That's your penis.
No, it's no. It's close. So it's on the
things you didn't know about.
Yeah, this should have came up in the beginning.
Getting to know your Cinescape hosts.
Bazinga.
Yeah.
That'll be a trivia question.
I think I put that in the About Us section on the
Did you?
Cinescape.com.
Huh.
No, I don't think I did. Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, well, we're going to move along to the next story, Bill, because there's been a lot of talk about this Disney Fox murder takeover.
Get into it.
But Disney has revealed their plans for the characters they'll be reacquiring from Fox after the buyout takes place. In a quote by Bob Iger saying, 20th Century Fox gives Disney opportunities such as Avatar, Marvel's X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, Kingsman, Planet of the Apes, and many other franchises, that he said on the call. He also noted that the studio will explore possibilities for these properties with both big and small screen endeavors for Disney's streaming service, which becomes a major focus. Bill, we talked about Disney's upcoming streaming service numerous times on our show. So everything that Mr. Iger is saying, fully, fits in line where we think, everything could be going. They're obviously going to try to build their online or, their streaming library as best they can to get people to subscribe right off the bat as soon as they roll it out. And they want to continue with the movie side of things as well. X-Men, Fantastic Four, they're all going to come back to the MCU. We know that. It's just a matter of time until we hear the first rumblings of a story or a crossover or even a piece of art that comes out. But Bill, now that we know pretty much 100% with 100% certainty that this is definitely going to happen once next year comes around and everything is voted through, yada yada. How does this tickle your fancy?
I want to focus on the number 2 and number 3.
Okay.
In that sequence there.
Right.
X-Men,
and
Fantastic Four.
Okay.
You can't tell me that is in your top 5 of things to do once all that stuff shifts over.
No doubt.
And for Marvel, that is just paving the way as far as what the next few phases of the future looks like for these movies. I mean,
especially with some of the characters and actors that we know are going to be leaving.
Right.
Your Chris Evans and Hemsworths and RDJs of the world.
And I think the room for for Hugh Jackman to come back.
I personally asked him that question.
I'm not saying in a big role, but I mean in the way that
bridging the gap role.
Yeah, like in the way that Tony Stark has kind of become more reduced over the year, but yet as you peel back the layers to his character has evolved. So,
but I'll tell you the problem with that though after you finish.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that would be great to see. X-Men come back into the fold. Fantastic Four get a proper.
I think
reboot.
Fantastic Four should be the first thing to happen because that is going to launch the rest of the next phase or two.
Because then you automatically have your team of four. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have a trilogy of solo movies. If you want to spin any of them off on their solo movies, you can do that. You have 2 or 3 extraneous characters just from them that you can branch off with.
Dr.
Silver
Doom.
Surfer,
Dr.
Doom, Galactus, and then all the subsequent alien races that come along with it. A new thing that I have been really thinking about is the way to really tie them into the current universe. And I know you haven't either, but we still have both not seen Ant-Man 2. You didn't see it yet, did you? But tying them in through Ant-Man, at least the first one, the microverse.
Mm-hmm.
That is the perfect way to do it, with either them or a Doctor Strange sequel. Getting them into the same universe, that is either 2 ways are the way to do it, and that's going to flow seamlessly. And then you get those other characters in, like we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Doom can be such a great, not smaller in a sense that he's obviously not like a world killer or a Thanos type character,
kind of like a Loki in a sense. He's gonna be somebody that's like a thorn in your side,
that, or even with the X-Men with a Magneto type character.
He's like
that's
a consistent antagonist.
Playing the field, both sides here and there, going to be your main antagonist throughout a series of films. But somebody who's going to be a major presence.
Yeah,
and just with all the cosmic stuff, with Galactus and being there with Thanos and the Internals and everything that the cosmic side of the MCU really brings around. It just opens so many doors and possibilities in terms of where you can take the franchises in the next coming phases, because you're going to have your Captain Marvels and your more cosmic characters, and the characters that we've watched for the last 10 years may not be around anymore. So it's a new spin, a new direction, and a new place to set our attention to.
Right, because we're gonna have Captain Marvel come out
right before Avengers 4.
Yeah.
Yep. What's that? March next year, and then Avengers 4 is gonna be. I think they're actually gonna move that date back into April, like Avengers: Infinity War did. Last week of April instead of beginning of May. So we'll look to see what happens with any of the Fox franchises, including the Marvel series, the Marvel franchises as well. Are they going to reboot something like a Planet of the Apes or Alien or Predator or anything? Because everybody has.
Well, we got Predator coming out.
They said they're going to continue the release dates for whatever's supposed to be coming out next. But they're going to think about things moving forward after that.
Right.
So we'll look to see how that goes.
Yeah.
And with that is going to end our Flipping the Script segment, Bill. Before we go, one of our favorite things.
We didn't even do soundtracks.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, well, before we end the main part of the show, I want to get some strange stories going, Bill. I have a couple good ones in here. I'll start it off. After being cast as Batwoman for the CW Arrowverse, actress Ruby Rose has deleted her Twitter account after getting numerous homophobic, racist, sexist tweets sent her way. Rose will make her debut during this December's crossover event on the CW.
You won't be seeing X-Men Days of Future Past actress Fan Bing Bing on the big screen anytime soon. Bing Bing, who portrayed Mutant Blink in the film, has reportedly received a 3-year acting ban.
What?
Due to tax evasion.
Yes! I didn't want to read that one myself because I knew that when you got to it, you're going to start cracking up. Like,
Wow.
Ban. You got it like a Bing Bing, a ban. That's hilarious. Go me for writing jokes.
Jesus.
And to close out our strange stories. Former Mighty Duck star Shaun Weiss has been arrested for being under the influence of drugs in California. Weiss, who played Duck's goalie Goldberg, was also arrested last year for a methamphetamine charge after being released from jail on a petty theft charge. No word yet on how Weiss's trial has gone, and that is going to do it for our Strange Stories segment here, Bill. As we recover from the great jokes, we had a fun time with that one. I'm glad you laughed as heartily as you did. So that was fun. The last thing that we have here, Mike,
we have top 10 movie soundtracks that we were going to run through.
If you have any input that you'd like to throw out,
yeah. I mean, do you want to kind of judge our lists here?
I really do not pay attention to movie soundtracks.
You know, as a guy who runs a music radio, radio music station,
yeah.
You would think that if you watched a movie, you might pay attention to the music going on within it.
Not even a little.
Not even a little.
You know what soundtracks I like? The World of Warcraft soundtrack.
Halo.
Halo soundtrack.
Halo. I heard Halo 6 is coming soon. Well, we're going to talk about our top 10 favorite movie soundtracks here.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, I feel like I missed something that you mentioned on the ride over. Everybody knows my favorite movie of all time is
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the Forrest Gump soundtrack in the car.
Right.
And it just totally slipped my mind because the soundtrack's incredible with, Leonard Skinner and the Doors and so many great, CCR, so many great classic rock bands, which is, definitely one of my favorite periods of rock and roll music of all time.
Right.
And just totally slipped my mind and did not make my list whatsoever. So if I could add an honorable mention,
okay,
I'll definitely throw them on there to start off the list here. But do you want to go first with your 10 or you want me to go?
You can start.
Okay, I'm gonna get right in the number 10. We'll go 10 to 1.
All right.
10 being the lowest.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the soundtrack to The Crow. The Crow soundtrack.
That is
a great early 90s.
I have that on the honorable mentions here.
Alt rock soundtrack.
Yeah.
Stone Temple Pilots. The Cure's on there.
Sure.
That period of music. The grungy, alt rock scene. Late 80s hangovers. The new wave turning into the alt rock there.
Mm-hmm.
Really good, solid soundtrack to a great movie, and everything just the scenes with the soundtrack playing over them really felt reminiscent of the time that the movie was set in, and it really flowed well and made the movie feel like you were in the if you're gonna look back at this movie as like a genre movie in a certain time period. Yeah, it just fits perfectly well with the music that was played during it.
Yeah.
Now, what do you got for your 10, Bill?
I have 8 Mile.
Yes.
Which is I feel like that was one of the soundtracks that came out early 2000s, and it was a powerhouse of an album. I mean,
Mom Spaghetti.
Yeah, knees weak. You've got vomit on your sweater already.
Now, is the soundtrack good or just that song too?
No, that's just me, like being white and only knowing. Like, but I listened to the album, and the whole album's got flow all the way through it.
Yeah,
so
sick flow.
It's got flow, boys and girls. It's got flow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a chick named Flo. She does a little part on there.
Lil Flo.
Lil Flo. That's her name. Lil Flo. L-I-L.
Lil Flo.
She has a tattoo on her face of a pancake.
Oh.
Hey, Flo.
But no, that's a great. I mean, that's only a soundtrack that I would endorse also because of Eminem.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just,
Man, because I was an
Fucking
angry teenager and white.
Eminem was a shit. I mean, I bleached my hair. Come on.
See, this is the type of shit that you'll have to put up with Sean, like, in this process, because he's going to have all these white soundtracks and, like, you know, he's, you know.
The whitest.
I don't listen.
It's probably the whitest soundtrack you've ever heard. Bill, I want you to go back to number 9 for you, and then we'll throw it back over to me.
Scream 3.
Scream 3, he says. That's an interesting pick. Because Scream 3 soundtrack is also on my list, just not here at number 9.
Yeah, Scream 3 had a lot of great ones as well. Slipknot, you had Dope. Finger 11 was on there.
Before they got gay.
Yeah. Creed was on there. So it was a pretty solid rock album all around.
Yeah, definitely hard rock album. I'm going to throw a little wrench in the mix here. I got to say, my list is probably more... I don't know, because I know your music stylings, and I can't really compare the level of... I don't even know if this is a word. Eclecticism, maybe?
Okay.
Is that a word? Can it be a word? Because it's a good word.
You have a microphone in front of you. It's a
know.
word.
I think the majority of Bill's albums are 80s centric, if I had to guess, but there's also going to be some modern stylings in there that you might not necessarily think about a 33-year-old white male.
Supple.
So
Supple.
there's going to be some...
no better word in the English language than supple.
Supple.
Unless you're like moist supple.
Moist and
Moist supple.
Like that.
Just stick me in the crock pot.
Scissor me timbers.
Scissor me.
But I think as equally
We're scissoring.
as equally mixed and diverse as Bill's might be.
Stop playing footsies with me, Bill.
Shut up, you like it. You just texted me it. See? Shut up, I like it.
That's
is that what that said?
That's Bill's new podcast called "Shut Up, You Like It."
Shut up, you like it.
I got a text from Mike that said heads up, and I got a boner.
What the hell? That's how I do.
Yeah, but on the opposite side of the spectrum, mine is equally as diverse in a different way that I believe. So I have a soundtrack to a musical. Actually, it's going to be the soundtrack to Les Miserables.
Huh. You watched that?
Oh, I loved it.
It's a musical.
It is a musical.
You're
indeed.
a guy.
Yeah.
Stop.
I enjoy some show tunes.
What?
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Is this the time? Is this when he's coming out?
No.
This is happening?
Look, Bill can try to be a fucking white ghetto rapper, but I can enjoy some show tunes every now and then.
No, you can't.
Yeah, well, I can because I enjoy it. I spent when this movie came out in theaters.
To enjoy a little summer stock
with Hugh Jackman. I saw the movie on Christmas Day, actually. So I enjoy the I enjoy the soundtrack to Les Miserables. So you can suck it. And then I'm gonna give you a double whammy because my number 8 stays in the musical realm.
Rent? Was it Rent?
No, not Rent. I'm not. I just caught myself. But
was it Cats?
No.
It's actually Mephistopheles is all over it.
No, it's West Side Story.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Okay, Sharks, Jets. Fucking Nardo and shit.
Nardo?
Yeah,
what?
Bernardo.
You're a Nardo.
Yeah. Kicking nards.
Probably my favorite musical of all time. Incredible. I
don't like this segment anymore. My favorite musical.
Because it's not yours, it's mine. And you can have your own list and you can shut up.
All right, moving on to my number 8 is from the classic show tune called Rocky IV.
There you go.
There's no easy way out of that one, Bill.
No easy way out indeed. Rocky IV.
I tell you about the 80s.
You had Michael Tepper with No Easy Way Out. You had
Is that who that was?
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
He also had a pretty good song for Cobra too.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra. But you also had James Brown on the album. Band Survivor had 2 songs on there as well.
No musical.
No musical. You also gave 7, number 7. Did you do 7 as well?
No, you got it.
Almost Famous.
Okay. The early 90s alt rock soundtrack.
That's a good one. There you go.
Almost Famous.
Who's on that? Is
like Bowie on
See,
there.
you know what? I admittedly kind of confused that with like Empire Records just because of the time frame.
Right. I can see that.
Because I want to say I think Gin Blossoms is on Empire Records and not Almost Famous. I believe that's true. But go ahead. Hijacked your.
Why don't you give number 6?
Well, I gotta get my seven.
You say the Notebook, I'm gonna smash your face.
No. I'm gonna go back to Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 for the soundtrack.
Now, are you only saying this because of Chad Kroeger?
No. Tell you that one off.
And they say that hero can
and I believe that's on the first Spider-Man.
Not gonna stand. No, it's on the second.
Chad Kroeger and the dude from Saliva.
Not gonna stand here.
Spider-Man 2 soundtrack had a lot of really good like pop punk indie rock bands. You had Hoobastank. Dashboard Confessional.
Dude, that just made me think of another honorable.
Yellow Card.
Hoobastank.
I saw Hoobastank in concert.
Sounds like something you walk through a cloud of and it stinks. You're like,
saw
Hoobastank.
I saw Hoobastank in concert with.
I got Hoobastanked.
I saw Story of the Year.
I just Hoobastanked.
POD and Linkin Park.
I just Hoobastanked everybody over there.
They're fucking Hoobastanks in here. So Spider-Man 2, Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 soundtrack is my number 7. I'm gonna drop down to my number 6.
Drop it like it's hot.
Not a musical per se.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But a great pure soundtrack to where there weren't songs by, mainstream artists contributing random tracks to the soundtrack, but tracks that were played throughout the actual film.
Yeah.
So it kind of is a tweener between a score and a soundtrack.
I like tweens.
I'm going to go with the soundtrack to Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
What the fuck?
George Clooney.
What is that?
I've heard of it.
The Coen Brothers film.
I've never heard of it.
I'm not a country fan, but it's more of like a folk, country, western kind of soundtrack. A lot of different art. I mean, there's some mainstream country artists on it, like an Alison Krauss or somebody like that, but it's not anything that sounds like, country pop music today or anything like that. And everything, every song on the soundtrack are held within the actual scenes.
Was there any no effects on there?
No.
Okay.
I had no effects on in the car on the way here. No, Don't Call Me White.
Yeah, we actually had him in the car.
Don't Call Me White is not on this soundtrack. So, Bill, I'll throw it over to you for your number 6.
Okay. So
6.
6.
6 is good. How about 6?
6.
Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Oh, fucking Chili's and yeah.
That was a solid album.
That's a good pick.
Roller Coaster.
Yeah, I love Roller Coaster.
Say what? Yeah, that album.
Okay.
Solid album. Dropping down to number 5. You want to take a guess?
That's
you
you
want to
first.
take a guess?
You, it's
Anybody?
You and me. Well, we're going to keep sneaking
Mike, you
want
to take a guess? Good guess. Okay, it's Purple Rain.
I didn't think it was going to be that low on the list.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a little towards the top 3. I did call that Bill was going to have this on his list, but go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, Purple Rain. I mean, classic, all-around Prince album. Coming out of the soundtrack of the same titled movie with Prince. Put up classic hits like Computer Blue, Darling Pinky. Just to name a few.
Run the play.
Incredible numbers.
All right, that's a good one. Yeah, just Prince. Prince has never done it for me. My number 5. I'm gonna go to a solid, hard rock metal album. Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack.
Ooh, that is a good one.
A lot of good, hard rock, mainstream metal bands. You got some like Mushroom Head on there.
Okay.
Static X, I think, is on there. Maybe. There's some good hard rock bands on there. I enjoyed it. I think Killswitch might be on there. Killswitch Engage. Solid movie, or solid soundtrack, better than the movie for sure.
Yeah.
Bill, I'll throw it back to you for your 5.
Throwing it back.
4.
No, you're 4. Sorry about that.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
So,
more 80s Bill.
I think that, when we talk about movies that, have complete albums, that, can blend in with the movie very well, I think that was one that was, you got to give credit to.
Okay. My number 4 is actually a pick that you had earlier. I have Scream 3 up here at number 4. Solid, again, just like a Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack, solid, hard rock album, even though Creed is on it. That's fine because I own all 3 Creed albums anyway.
What if? Yeah. What if? What if? What if?
That one or
what if?
Bullets that was on? Was it What If that was on that one?
On which album? The Scream 3? Yeah.
Was it? Okay. I didn't know if it was Bullets.
What if
I think Bullets might have been on Scream 4.
It just echoes like
I'm gonna have to pop that album in my car real soon.
Kev's in the board in the boardroom here.
Kev
that's
who?
what I'm calling it. Kev Long.
Kev Long.
He thinks I'm gonna have Gross Point Blank on the list coming down.
Okay.
Come down to the wire here.
I gotcha.
Gross Point Blank. He's calling it.
Blank, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
getting
into number 3.
He's got a couple. He also says, or The Big Lebowski. And he says, if Dazed and Confused isn't on the list, I'm calling BS.
Well, that's why number 3 for me is Dazed and Confused, baby!
Are you kidding me?
Nah.
That's fucking great narration right there, man. I had no clue. Good call.
Number 3 on the list is Dazed and Confused. Once again, when you talk about a soundtrack that embodies, that is, also epitomizes the same... if we were to be talking like the great one here from ESPN,
Stephen A. Smith,
this movie epitomizes it, embellishes it, embezzlements it, Spotifies it, emboldens, it smoldens, it rolls,
it narrates and subjugates,
it narrates and marinates and subjugates and everything else in between. So that's why I gotta pick that movie.
All right,
that movie soundtrack.
Excellent. Was that your 3?
That was 3, yeah.
3. So I got to be perfectly honest with you. The next 3 might seem like cheat picks, but I also don't give a shit what you think.
Okay.
So my number 3 is going to be, even though it's an actual regular studio album, it's also a soundtrack, which are going to be the theme for the next 3 here with the soundtrack to the Beatles' Magic Mystery Tour.
Huh.
It is counted as a soundtrack because there's a film that goes along with it to accompany it.
Okay.
So you got All You Need Is Love. You got what I can't even think of all the songs that are on there.
He can't even think of.
Yeah, Flying is on there. The first ever song to be played on 93.3 WMMR was Flying. It's a non-vocal track, instrumental track. Blue Jay Way. Your Mother Should Know. So many great songs on the movie itself is fucking trash.
Your Mother Should Know.
Did you ever actually watch that movie?
No.
When Netflix first came around, they were sending the DVDs in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
I got all the Beatles movies and watched them all. Fucking mad. It's a piece of shit, but the soundtrack's incredible. So I'm gonna throw it to your number 3, Bill.
That takes us down to number 2.
K Long's gonna hate my next 3 picks too. So shut up.
Yeah, shut up
with your fucking helm.
Yeah. So, my number 2, Rush Hour. The Rush Hour soundtrack. Come on.
Who's on that?
You had, Drew Hill and Jay-Z, and then you had...
See, this is what I was talking about. Bill and then his fucking rap music. His 80s and then rap music.
Yeah.
This is I said it without saying that.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't say that.
You don't say that. Who else was on there? They had some...
I have no clue.
They had like Michael Jackson or some shit, right? And
don't know.
Yeah. Don't stop taking it. It was cool. It was a cool album.
Great.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Congratulations on that one.
Yeah. What?
Cisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, at work today, fucking the theme song from Wild Wild West came on iHeartRadio.
Ooh.
Fucking Cisco's on that with Will Smith.
Rough Rider, Desperado.
Wiggy Wild Wild West.
Yeah, Wicked Wild Wild. Bill, was that your 3?
That was 2.
That was 2? All right.
Kev Long said, Sean's number 1, going with Help. Such a Beatles homer.
You're close, but wrong. Actually, Help is going to be my number 2. Soundtrack
number 2, dummy.
The Beatles. Help.
Idiot.
Movie. Yeah. Hard. Fucking, come on, man. So many great songs. We had listened to Act Naturally.
I hate the Beatles, so.
And we're never coming here again.
I think Beatles are the most overrated band of all time.
the most wrong statement anybody could ever possibly make. In their
Highly
lives.
overrated. Highly.
They did more for music than you could ever know.
Highly.
You're just so wrong.
Highly.
There would be so many less innovations in music without the Beatles, but you're so wrong. Bill, what's your number 2?
That was
your number 2.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give my number 1 first. And
Okay.
we can finish it off. I'm gonna give the soundtrack to A Hard Day's Night by the Beatles.
Oh, man.
Featuring titular track A Hard Day's Night by the Beatles. Incredible soundtrack. The best of their movies, bar none. There's not a bad song to be heard anywhere, and no matter what Toxic Mike says, Bill. So close out your number 1 here.
I feel like I need to pull a complete 180 now.
I think you probably are going to anyway. So go ahead. Which Eminem album is this?
No, it's the Bad Boys 2.
Bad Boys
No.
2. Sandra.
My number 1 is Forrest Gump. So, when we talk about another iconic album that matches up great, for the most
Odin's
part,
Raven.
classic
Great
rock
Odin's
songs
Raven.
with historical events and everything in between in that movie. It was just another great soundtrack. Now, I do have to say, I did try to differentiate, complete albums that matched up with the movies rather than just some soundtracks that were just known for one song. And so my honorable mentions that include some of those which might be more common for people then would be like Armageddon, where you had Aerosmith's, Don't Want to Miss a Thing, like that. These albums were great, but you only bought them for like one song, really, right?
Like the Austin Powers 2 soundtrack that I own.
Yes.
like Top Gun.
Danger
You only want Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone.
I don't want Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone
you do.
myself, by the way.
1989 Batman and Batman Forever. Great, singles on those albums.
I only bought it for Seal's Kiss from a Rose.
Fuck yeah, I
but
bought it.
Secretly love U2's album. It cut better.
yeah. I also had Mission Impossible 2.
Okay.
That's a pretty decent album.
Yeah, that was Metallica's I Disappear
You had
track.
Metallica on there. You had
Right.
Limp Bizkit, Godsmack,
Yeah.
and then you turned it off.
Oh, dude, Limp Bizkit's fucking Mission Impossible theme song is great. Just how he adds, the Fred Durst-isms into the song. I'm trying to think of how it goes. Because he always, no matter what the song is, there's a Bring It On added, and then there's a familiar DJ cut. It's like whip, 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 and it's all in there,
right?
know.
Yeah, check it out.
And then there's also the same. If you ever notice in most Limp Bizkit songs, there's a guitar riff. It's like diddle 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 diddle, like it's in every song.
Yeah.
Skeetle diddle flannel diddle.
Did you have any other honorable mentions?
No,
on your
I
list?
didn't even do an honorable mention.
I still have
until-
some extras here just to kind of poke your brains.
All right, let me see your phone.
No,
I'll use them as my own.
So I also had on here Menace to Society. You got some Naughty by Nature in there. Boomerang was another soundtrack that I had. Eddie Murphy movie. You had Boyz II Men, Johnny Gill, just name a few.
I mean, Empire Records would have to be on this list.
I'm sure Empire Records,
Hey, Jealousy by the Jim Blossom.
I also had the Tron Legacy.
That's all dubstep bullshit.
It's Daft Punk. It's not dubstep.
They're
per se.
stupid, and they have space helmets.
Tron Legacy album. I had The Crow on here.
Mm-hmm.
I also had Transformers. The first Transformers soundtrack.
It had Linkin Park on.
Had Linkin Park. Had The Used on there. Had Sum 41 on there. It was actually a pretty solid album.
So that's why I picked Spider-Man 2, because Sum 41's on that as well.
Spider-Man. Yeah. So that's what I got.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for our top 10 soundtracks list. Mike, anything to add to those soundtracks? Apparently you just don't listen to music during movies.
I don't read. I don't listen. I just sit with the windows
I
and
just
the curtains
watch
shut.
movies 6 months after their release date.
Just Beatles are overrated.
All right, cut his mic. Well, you know what, Bill? Mike, it's been a real fun return to the space. Yeah, I think this is more of an intimate studio space. I feel closer to both of you gentlemen. I can literally reach out and touch you both, which is awesome. Mike, you've always been traditionally on the other side of the room here, but you're right here on our faces, which is
so close that Bill can play footsies.
A view that we can't.
Don't do that. Stop doing that. Okay, keep going.
So as we
higher,
we play footsies late into the night, that's going to do it for us here. Thank you guys so much for joining us in our return to the podcasting sphere. We're so glad you joined us. We're gonna have to make this like a regular thing, I think. So maybe we can. If we didn't annoy Mike too much, we can come back soon.
Basically, how you do it.
All right, we'll keep bringing the beers. For myself, Sean Harrigan, for Bill, Rowdy Tazi, and Toxic Mike Franklino, have a great rest of your weekend, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for watching.